Hey everybody, in this episode of Box Office Breakdown, we're talking Oscars, Black Panther ruling the box office once again, and probably what will be the highlight of 2018, Amy Cassandra will unveil a new Twitter handle. Let's do it.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk, we talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's Box Office Breakdown.
Hey everybody, welcome to Box Office Breakdown. Of course, this is the show that looks back at the box office that was, and then we'd like to...
Stay.
Woo!
I don't know what that was.
Me neither,
It's
but it's
beautiful.
spontaneous.
It's fun, yeah.
Yes.
I was here for support.
Hey,
I was here if that could happen.
all about the box office that lie ahead. I'm Frank Moran, one of your hosts.
my name is Kari Lane.
And I'm Amy Cassandra Martinez.
And I'm Steve Kaufman.
That's right, Steve Jorgensen tonight. Neil Plumley is ill, so he's away. But we have Steve Kaufman, I think an award-winning Oscar expert in his own right.
Pretty much.
That was
You
breakdown.
dressed up. I appreciate it.
Also,
Yes.
Temple film grad. You just swapped out Temple film grads.
There you go.
Neil and myself, both same alma mater.
So
Frank, I'm afraid you didn't get the dress up memo. Or you just didn't care.
I didn't care.
Yeah.
He got it.
I
I
don't
watched
care.
him
He's
get
like,
it.
nope.
Yep, no interest. But he'll be lending his considerable knowledge in regards to the Oscars as we break down the winners for that award show. So we'll hop right into it there. The Oscars. Tonight. There we go. Oscar. Jimmy Kimmel back once again. Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway handing out the last award of the evening as well. So look at that. Everybody enjoy the awards.
Yes.
I watched some of it.
I watched it. It was a
I
lot
got
of
the
fun.
highlights, you know.
Already, the headline is already reading that Jimmy Kimmel's monologue was, mixed reaction, undesirable. Like they make up their own headline. I thought it was great. It's the Oscars.
So we'll go quickly over some of the best award nominees here. Of course, we'll start off with the best supporting actor. Came out of the gate with Sam Rockwell.
Yep. Did you guys see that one coming?
Yes, because historically the Academy Awards, you don't win for the role you win. You win for your entire career, and Sam Rockwell has had an Academy Award-worthy career, but doesn't have an Academy Award. This one was fine enough. I would argue if we were going on pure merit, it would have been Woody Harrelson. But they don't go on pure merit. They go on you and your story and everything. So it's Sam Rockwell.
I thought he did I'm like, wait, Woody Harrelson. But you know what? Per that film, Woody Harrelson's character has no arc.
Yeah, they just kind of...
That's like me, which is
He goes away, yeah.
Which is not a problem, but it's like I wouldn't give that award winning. But for Sam Rockwell, his character was nice. That it is a character that is essentially a total dick at the beginning, but then has some better characteristics later on that you're like, oh, this is like a real person that I can understand. Like the beginning, you're like, dude, I hate this dude, and then as time goes on, you're like, all right, fine, I don't totally hate him. And then that is really good character development, and I think he did a great job with it.
Coming in for best supporting actress, we had Allison Janney for I, Tonya.
Yeah. I thought she did fan-freaking-tastic. I loved her in I, Tonya. And I really loved Margot Robbie as well. But, yeah, I thought it was very well-deserved. And she won the SAG, and then she won yesterday at the Spirit Awards. So, totally saw that coming.
Would you have liked to see Margot Robbie win Best Actress?
No.
Would you have been satisfied with that if that was the name that was announced?
Yes. But I think Frances deserved it. And her speech,
What?
I mean, that's, yeah, but we won't, yeah. We'll
On
get
Best
there.
Supporting Actress, I broke this down as 7 Emmys versus 4 Emmys. Because it was, Metcalf had 4 Emmys for Roseanne, and then Allison Janney, I believe, has 7 Emmys all for The West Wing. That can't be right. Some of those have to be for Mother. But the numbers are still correct, that it was Emmys versus Emmys. They're both amazing. They both play similar mom characters. I think Allison Janney wins the day here, in spite of the Metcalf character being more of a nuanced, realistic character, which is funny because that was the one that was made up. Allison Janney played an actual person.
Oh my, and the bird.
Oh, the bird was...
The bird should have gotten like a co-Oscar. You guys have seen that.
I've like a pet Oscar. There's an animal Oscar.
It's worth it.
Just a little miniature one they could have
just yeah, for the little guy or a girl.
They floated that out there before that you should have
Animal
an
actors.
Academy Award specifically for animals.
I mean,
But
Some
then
are
that
definitely better than others.
true that.
Air Bud. Just kidding.
You get the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Homeward
There you go.
Bound.
Homeward Bound. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
all win. I mean, that's the best ensemble.
Aww. Aww.
Coming in for Best Actor, we've got Gary Oldman from The Darkest Hour.
Yes.
My mom called me right before the show.
Your close personal friends. I know both of you.
Yeah,
and
you
Gary
know,
have
we were
chatted.
there.
Yeah.
You know.
It was great to see him come full circle in a way. It's like we saw him at the premiere and no one had really seen it, and then the buzz was buzzing, and then here we are.
And afterwards, the two of you are going to his post-Oscar party.
Yeah, we're
Oh yeah,
pretty
we
tight.
totally got that invite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he said, like, join me, Amy,
Yeah.
Gary,
Yeah.
join me.
Come on over after Box Office Breakdown.
He slid in those DMs. They have the address. They're not telling us.
No.
Super secret.
No, we have him on speed dial.
Yeah.
Fair.
Best Actress, Frances McDormand, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. We talked a little bit about
I
that.
think she did great.
Yeah.
Oh, also, wait, sorry, rewind. I do think Gary Oldman did really well in Darkest Hour. I don't think we really were saying
yeah, I
how
think
much. I think he did a great job, because some people are like, well, I've only heard stuff about the prosthetics. But I think his performance, I like kind of forgot it was him in there. And he's just really good at transforming himself and being another character.
Although while we're still on Gary Oldman, I need to have a hot take, which is he's talking, and maybe this was him just trying to gain buzz for this role to get this Academy Award, but he's talking about how he wants to play Winston Churchill in more things. It's called The Crown. It already happened. It's on Netflix.
But he would do it differently.
It would be
Oh,
rough.
like to...
He wants
could-
to do sequels to The Darkest Hour because Winston Churchill.
As in, like, The Crown will have Winston Churchill
No,
as a
I'm
character?
saying that Winston Churchill already is integral to The Crown.
Okay.
It already happened.
Oh,
So that
okay.
he's trying to do more stuff. He's trying to do more stuff as Winston Churchill. And my hot take is don't bother. You're Gary
say do
Oldman.
it.
Reinvent yourself. Don't be.
another one.
Don't.
Sure.
So it wouldn't be Darkest Hour. Would it be Darker
Ah.
Hour?
Well,
Just for
I guess you have to have a
Frank.
prequel. You have to have a
Just for
prequel.
you.
We have to have a prequel that's the Dark Hour. Because it's the darkest hour. It's the hour that is
Yeah, so
darkest.
it's not. Yeah, so then
so
it's
the
not
prequel
as
would-
dark.
the prequel
no,
would be the
I would
dark
say
hour.
After.
But then
It's not as dark.
Well, then it's just-
darker, dark-ish,
the dark
hour.
day.
Ish.
and then it's. I mean, you could really do a lot with it.
Side note,
Carrie
if any of you are
agrees.
like...
She's like,
If any of you
okay.
are like, what am I looking at? We have a live chat going on.
nice.
So if you are with us live, feel free to join in. If you're joining us later, comment down below on what your thoughts are on the people who were nominated, who won, should they have won, and who do you think should have won if you don't agree. So we're looking up at what
Get it
people are
done
saying, which
ourselves,
I
yeah.
love that y'all are talking a lot. It's great.
We got Best Director, Guillermo del Toro. For
Yes.
Shape of
I know
Water.
Tony beat it. Oh, Tony beat Tony.
Air horns.
Yeah.
God.
Did you shed a
happy.
tear
Opinions.
when you heard that news, Anthony?
Yeah, I cried in my little ice box, and then it
froze?
on my face. Yeah.
And then you just sucked it.
And it was, yeah, and I suckled on my tear. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I knew you'd be happy. I was thinking, I'm like, we need to hear what Tony's going to talk about on horror movie news. Well,
Oh, yeah, no
actually,
doubt
side
about
note on
it.
that, quite a few horror films are technically getting lots of noms and wins. So,
Yeah.
woo.
This is a good year for horror. This was a great year for horror films that I really enjoy. If it wasn't Del Toro, I feel like it would have been Nolan or Peele. Nolan, because Christopher Nolan's amazing. Like,
Don't even.
as a film, you can say what you want. As a master, as workmanship, you can't deny the work that was in Dunkirk and how clear it was on the screen. And then Jordan Peele overcoming
Oh.
everything to even be like to have your very first picture be nominated for screenplay, director, and best picture, and be the third favorite to win best picture. It's kind of incredible.
And one over at the Spirit Awards, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, he was like
Yeah.
it was 3 Billboards, Shape of Water, and Get Out. Those were the 3 favorites to win heading into tonight.
But also nominated was the lovely Greta Gerwig for Lady Bird. Trying to remember who introduced
Emma Stone?
them. Emma Stone, right? And she said, like, 4 talented men or whatever, and Greta Gerwig. And I was like, yes! I love it when people say exactly what they're thinking, and I appreciate it. I know that people have their own opinions of, like, politics, blah, blah, blah. The thing is that we're all influenced by media, and they have opinions too. They're people. So,
Well, speaking of that, we'll jump back to the Best Actress thing. We touched on it for a moment there. Frances McDormand's speech.
Ooh, I did like her speech. I like having all the ladies stand up. I was like, yes.
yeah.
Though you could tell she was emotional, and I was like, her laugh, no offense, was a little annoying.
Well, no, at the beginning when I really
I
liked
was
how
like,
she
is she upset? And I'm like,
I
no,
know.
she's just freaking
She's
out.
like, I have some things to say, and I was like, no.
I was like, oh, we're ready.
Because
We've
ready.
had so many good epic speeches at award ceremonies, which
Yeah.
everyone's like, well, they're just actors. I'm like, do they have opinions? Yeah, they have opinions too. They're allowed to say them. They just have a bigger microphone than most of the rest of us, which
Yeah.
we have a bigger microphone too. But, haha.
Physically.
But I liked how she said it without being,
Preachy,
too preachy.
annoying.
Even Del Toro's thing when he was saying, kids are saying and doing things. I was like, yes.
Yeah, and this is like for everyone.
Yeah,
in
it's
every
anything,
country.
everything.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
I love.
Also, there's no way to be Bruce Springsteen about this. To be above the pretentiousness, because you're there. So you have to own a certain level of pretentiousness that you're gonna have haters. They're gonna say it's pretentious, and everything you're gonna do is pretentious. You just gotta live your truth. And Frances McDormand came out there and just lived her truth.
I mean, that's what Oprah said at the Golden Globes. Live your truth. That's what I remember that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That was a powerful speech. What are people saying in the chat?
Somebody pointed out somebody didn't stand up, but what lady didn't
Who
stand
did
up?
it?
Yeah, Harry's, I can't read that all, but it
That was
says
a cool
awkward not
name.
seeing her stand up, but who didn't stand up? It looked like all the ladies were standing up, and they were so happy.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter really.
Yeah, whatever.
Well,
Sorry,
yeah,
but
come
whatever.
on.
I like that moment. It was nice to see
Yeah.
it, and then recognizing other ladies too. And then it's that thing of like, a rising tide rises all boats. So it's like helping each other out. It's not just
Yeah.
I won, I'm the best.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, let's celebrate everybody.
Allison Janney in her speech, she said, I did this all by myself. No, just kidding. I obviously did not. And it really is a team effort. And I love seeing when someone wins, their castmates and the crew, everyone is just like, yes, it's a win for everybody, which that's what films are all about. It's about working together to create something that you're all very happy and proud of. And
A lot
then
of people
bringing it
take
to
movie.
mass. Oh my gosh, I know. Especially when you have, like different locations for it. Like across the pond
Yep.
or everywhere. Yeah.
I did like how
love it.
Frances said, talk to us, but don't touch us tonight. Actually
Yes.
come to our offices, or we can come to your office, set up a
Yep.
meeting.
We
Yep.
have stuff to say,
Yeah, like-
stories
Yeah.
to share.
But like, don't talk to us tonight when we won.
Yeah.
Like, we're not gonna take you serious. Like,
then you're just talking to them because you're like, oh,
'Cause
you're
you
the
have
winner.
to.
like if I
Yeah.
won, if I won an Oscar tonight, I wouldn't take anyone seriously who tried to talk to me tonight. Like, who's talking to me in 2 weeks? Who's still
Yes.
who? Like, I'll set up meetings for a month in advance and see who keeps them. Like, who actually cares about me and my work versus who wants to book the it thing this week.
Yeah.
Because that happens a lot out here, where it's just like, he just won an Oscar, let's give him the money.
Yeah.
Cuba Gooding Jr. could talk a lot about that.
So,
And lastly, the best picture for the evening was Shape of Water. Guillermo del Toro. Bringing it in again.
yes.
I saw most of them. I didn't see all the nominated ones.
So I saw Phantom Thread. Oh, I do want to say, just because I'm very proud of the hard
You
work
watched
that
a lot.
I saw 54 out of the 59 nominated.
Woo!
Thank
What
you,
were the
guys.
five? What were the five you didn't catch?
No, let's celebrate the ones I did
Sorry,
watch.
no.
What are you talking
No,
about?
let's
Going for the shorter number is all.
I can't even there are some that I do want to share quickly that people do definitely need to watch.
But more importantly, let's focus on the five you didn't
on the
see.
five
Like
that
the
I
ones
did-
that you weren't worthy of
Okay,
your
both,
attention.
yeah.
Well, okay, here are the ones that you should see. There are a lot of them that are on YouTube /Netflix /Amazon, maybe even HBO, but I'm not totally sure. Documentary shorts. Edith and Eddie. Oh, stabs you right in the heart. Did you see it?
I have.
Oh my gosh. In that category, Heaven is a Traffic Jam on the 405 won. So that obviously worth a watch because it really touches on people that get overlooked in a way. We focus on one woman and it's very interesting. Heroine on Netflix, worth a watch. Knife Skills, really cool. But Traffic Stop is also a really, really big one that feels very important with our time. Yeah, I can't say too much about that one without like telling you
spoil it, yeah,
everything.
yeah.
But literally, that one's really worth a watch. And then the live action shorts. DeKalb Elementary is about guns in schools. The 11 o'clock, really trippy. So if you want something trippy, watch that one. My Nephew Emmett is serious, but these last two guys, seriously, The Silent Child, that one in the award ceremony, you saw that was the woman that was signing. That was so beautiful because it's about this young girl that is deaf, and her parents, well, mainly her mom, doesn't want to really focus on her kind of education about learning how to sign. And so then someone comes in and she's trying to teach her, and it's basically having these kids looked out for. And that's what I love, that Rachel Stenton, I want to say.
That
Shenton,
sounds correct.
she started signing for everyone, which was great. And then lastly, Watu Wote. Ooh, serious, but worth the watch as well. Animated shorts, my favorite one was Negative Space. Negative Space is a whole different kind of animation. So it's, like the short ones are very easy to watch. I know I just talked about all the
And
shorts.
then a lot of theaters are actually showing the shorts as a bracket, anyways, which you can use for MoviePass.
As
not
one
sponsored.
ticket, yeah.
Which we'll talk about their shadiness too.
But yeah, I mean, did you guys see Phantom Thread? Phantom
Yes.
Thread was really, it's a different pace. Different pace, but worth watching for what it has to say. It's not going to be the most exciting thing in the world. And it did win for costume design, not because it's about fashion. It's not
It's a period
even.
piece.
It
Well,
is.
Period
Yeah.
pieces are always like
You have to nail it
period
too.
piece or sci-fi or fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
But then obviously it makes more interesting clothing than day to day.
Yeah, well, Victoria and Abdul did a really good job, but if, Phantom Thread had to really hit it on the dot, and I think they did really, really well.
Also,
yeah.
Phantom Thread for costume design and then Darkest Hour for hair and makeup felt like locks to me, only because I'm like, there's no way you can get nominated for Best Picture. Mm-hmm. Those pictures being nominated for Best Picture and then the technical award not win. Both of them felt like locks for me. Mm-hmm. Also, something very interesting about these 9 Best Picture nominees, only one is set in 2017.
Get Out?
Get Out is set in 2017. The rest of them are set in another time. Even Lady Bird is set, I believe, in 2003, 2004.
Good times.
They're all...
We're all being nostalgic.
Those are the good old days.
Yeah.
For Best Animated Feature, Coco won. Sorry, Ferdinand. Oh, boy.
Did you like Ferdinand?
She
That was
watched it.
good.
She's like, I
I
just don't like that you're tweeting while you're watching it.
Why?
She's like,
I was
I'm
done.
done.
I
Oh.
was done. It was like, I'm going to watch this next. I binged.
Okay,
a
I
whole
read it
lot.
as in like, I'm 20 minutes in, and this is what I think, and I'm like, whoa,
No.
finish the movie before you tweet, girl. Okay.
But Ferdinand pleasantly surprised me. It's not that bad.
It's just-
kind of sweet.
It's just fine.
No, you know what's fine? Boss Baby.
Oh, that's
That's
less
fine.
than fine.
Yeah, somebody's like, what do you think of Boss Baby?
I think, to be fair, I think Boss Baby catches a bad rap. That it's not as bad a film as people claim. I think in this... The non-winning film that's noteworthy, honorable mention in this category has to be for me, Loving Vincent.
Oh my
Because
god.
I went out of my way to spend money to watch that in a theater because it's the kind of filmmaking I want to see more of and I know I need to support. If you do 12,000 oil paintings to make your movie, I need to go and see your movie and support your movie.
The only thing, I feel like I have hair on my lips. The only thing about Loving Vincent is that it's so freaking gorgeous to see that you almost get lost in just the beautifulness that it is. That the script just doesn't live up to that. And
Which
I read
is-
a lot of people's,
Although the
thought
script
the
is
same
very
thing.
good, though.
It's
I think
good, but when you
It's
look,
such a phase for people
Like,
listening.
what-
It's good.
it's good, but it needs to have you the whole time when it looks that gorgeous. Like 100 artists would work on one frame at a time.
That's crazy.
And that's insane.
And I'm not taking away from Breadwinner. Breadwinner, I think, is
Oh,
the
yeah.
more important of the category. I just didn't happen to see that one yet.
Apparently someone's asking if we can get to the box office. Don't worry, we will.
Yeah, we'll.
Guys,
cares
Oscar
about that?
Sunday.
Yeah, it happened, guys.
This is essentially all part of the box office too, because these were movies that we saw in theaters, and
We've
These are
talked
movies that-
about them.
All of
in
these movies
box
are getting. A lot of these movies are in theaters currently, and they're gonna get a box
yeah,
office
or
bump
they'll
this
get a
week.
re-release. Yeah,
Because like Shape of Water is currently in theaters because it had that very much the Oscar release where you like that early December in a handful of theaters and then you slowly burn as you win more awards, you get into
Yeah.
more theaters. That now that it's Best Picture, it'll eventually get its wide
Yeah.
release. So to bring it back to the show,
And Leslie, the original song was "Remember Me" from Coco.
I like This Is Me as well. Those were the two.
I think that I really thought This Is Me was gonna win, but I'm so freaking happy for Remember Me, because I think it's Remember Me has a through line the entire freaking movie that when you hear it at the end, it's just like a stab in the heart. That I mean, I obviously have my very strong opinions about Coco, not just as a Hispanic, but just as a person that really enjoyed the movie. So yeah, to see this Remember Me win was really surprising, though. I didn't think we were, but yay, we.
So you got a piece of that?
What do you mean?
That Oscar?
Oh, they sent it virtually,
Got
just emotionally.
Understood.
It's a win for all of us,
All right.
in a way.
I
Yeah.
gotta say that was the most surprising win for me because
Really?
I thought This Is Me was like a shoe-in, like no questions. But I did want Coco to win, and when I heard it, I was just like, I was surprised and happy. I was
Yeah.
surprised first and then happy.
I'm too hardcore on to betting websites to not know that it was kind of a coin flip between those two. But I would say, comparatively to this, This Is Me in performance tonight versus Remember Me, I think This Is Me kind of like killed it,
Oh, I was hearing
performance-wise.
good stuff about them online.
Like it was just really well performed tonight,
Yes.
and I think it's kind of unfair because Remember Me, they both end in me. It's kind of confusing. Like I keep thinking I'm gonna mess it up. They both end that Remember Me was made for an animated feature, whereas This Is Me was made to be performed at the Dolby Theater in front of everyone. So it is unfair. Okay.
And I feel
All
just
right.
in general too, like This Is Me has just so much more energy to the music, while Remember Me is so somber and so, it has to deal with the theme of death, while This Is Me is more about like recognizing your worth as a person and like going out and showing the world what you're made of.
They're both important.
Yeah.
They're both important, but I mean, saying that it's not. Yes, like the performance was. I feel like the performance was missing a little bit of something for Remember Me at the award ceremony, but seeing those dancers with those big skirts that I lived in Mexico for 4 years, and that was so freaking accurate. I was like, never in my mind did I think that I would see those kinds of dancers on an Oscar stage. Like, what? That was just crazy to me. So I just kept watching and thinking like, wow. So people that are watching in all kinds of countries, everywhere, if they have access to the Oscars, all that, they must be like, whoa, that's different. And that's what I appreciate. That's also what I appreciate about shorts and foreign language films, is that they're so freaking different. That I appreciate, because it's like, we see sequels all the time. I'm like, okay, it's the same
Well, it's just
old
their
thing.
different, cultural backgrounds,
Yes.
different legends, beliefs, whatever, and then that's refreshing because it's a different way to tell stories.
Agreed.
And then even how they do their movies, sometimes they're just different format.
I mean,
Also-
yeah, like On Body and Soul, Hungary's film, was so different. I was like, wait, what are we doing? Okay, I am with it. Let's keep rolling. So, I mean, definitely, if you're able to, On Body and Soul is on Netflix. So give that one a watch. A Fantastic Woman won in that category.
Nice.
Also, shout out to my neighbor Daryl Jim, who was a dancer on the This Is Me performance, and was invited. There's in my building, there's a pretty big Oscars bash that he commented this morning, like, "Hey guys, I'll try to make it there, but I work tonight." And then we see him on the Oscars. It's like, just, man.
That was nice. That's funny.
That's
Would you
cool.
have liked that performance better if she had wore the beard, as she sang?
Okay, so I saw her and I was like, dang girl, you look so good. You look great with the beard, you look great without it. But I was like, this is interesting. Because at first it took me a little second to be
Well,
like, that's...
there was the behind the scenes clip where you get to see
Yeah.
her in
I didn't
the
see-
workshopping. Oh,
Yeah.
see that.
Ooh, Neil was talking about
we
that.
sending you
That's
links.
gorgeous. It's like you're gonna cry. You're
That's
like,
right.
oh my
Everybody
gosh.
watching, send the tweet Amy those links.
Tweet Amy that
Yeah.
link.
Yes.
I mean, but also like, tweet me pictures of you watching or listening to Remember Me. Just like,
Great. Yeah. Just,
that's what I want. I just
Tweet
want
Amy
a
all the
picture of your
things.
tears. That's, yeah.
All right, so guys, we talked about the Oscars, we broke all that down, filled your heads with knowledge, but you also want to have fun, learn, and grow in all areas of your life. For those who do, we have got a podcast for you. Conversations with Maria Menounos podcast edition is hosted by our AfterBuzz TV founder, Maria Menounos, and drops every Friday on iTunes. Conversations with Maria Menounos features celebrity and influencer interviews along with secrets and tips and how to be better in all aspects of your life, from health and wellness to career and relationships, finances, and more. Let our Maria be the big sister you never had. Just go to iTunes and subscribe to Conversations with Maria Menounos for free. Be sure to rate and comment, and when you do, let Maria know that you heard about it from us. Conversations with Maria Menounos, podcast edition. Check it out.
And she was there today on the carpet, so I really enjoyed her Insta stories. I was like, hey. Yeah.
So as everybody's been clamoring there in the chat, what about these numbers for this weekend from the box office? We're going to hop right into that now. Number 1, Black Panther, another $65.7 million.
I finally saw it this weekend.
Oh my gosh, what are your thoughts?
I'm actually kind of with Frank. I liked it, but I didn't love it.
I loved it.
I'm sorry.
Oh, good.
I'll take up for this side of the table.
I was watching the movie and I was enjoying it. I think it's visually stunning, representation in so many different ways, just from people of color to women with like short hair. Because there were some tweets I saw about that they were like, the women in this are complaining that they look masculine. They're like, why is it? Because it's a black woman who has like her shaved head. It's like nobody complained about Valkyrie in Thor Ragnarok, and she's a woman and she's battle, but she has hair. So it's like, I was like, oh, that's a great point. And so that way, all the women are great. I actually loved the little sister the best.
Shuri?
Kari?
Yeah.
Shuri?
Shuri.
Sorry. I was like, ugh. I think she was like my favorite character that stuck with me after, because she's just so adorable and fun.
I want her to have a show on a 30-minute comedy on ABC.
She's
just
more
her in that
than
lab
that.
fixing white
Great.
boys.
She deserves more.
I think plot-wise, it was fine. Like, there was nothing crazy new. So the things I didn't really like is bad guy was 0 to 60 with nothing in between. Pedal to the metal, no. I felt he was just, I'm evil, angry the whole time, and I was like, I don't.
But they gave us his stakes up top. That he wasn't zero. He was 0 to 60 to us, but he lived his entire life building we meet him.
But I don't care. If he's just angry the whole time.
How did Sterling
I'm
K.
sorry,
Brown not
life
bring you
sucks
in?
No, he didn't. No.
What?
Sterling K. Brown, though, that tier.
That tier.
He can control them.
How many hundreds of millions in
heard.
box office money do you think that tier brought to this
I
film?
mean, I didn't go to it because of him.
Well,
But you're going back.
you told people
just
about it.
But I did have a friend make a good point that at least it's not a Marvel villain trying to destroy the universe. Where I'm like, okay, that's a good point. That's not a villain that's like such grand stakes. Like, we know what he wants. He's gonna go for that.
Yeah.
But I didn't care about him. I also, the betrayal of like his pseudo best friend. Like, well, you didn't kill the guy who killed my family, but I'm gonna help the dude who is child of the people who killed my family. But we're gonna ignore that because I don't know about that. I was just like, wow, that's a quick betrayal on your bestie. I felt like they were besties, and so I'm like, whoa. And it's not like I'm done trying to kill this person. I just got back today. It didn't work because someone helped him. But let's pretend that. I was like, he's not done looking for this evil villain. So it's like, nope, you're not doing what I want. Done. I'm like, ah. So that was kind of annoying. So I liked it, and I was just bummed that I wasn't as excited. I really was. Because I was watching the movie, I'm like, oh, this is cool. But after, I didn't have that euphoric way. But I was telling Frank before this that I'm like, well, it's kind of like how Coco was for a community. Black Panther is for a community too, in terms of it is representing and shows something that hasn't really been shown the same way before. And so those who are so connected to it obviously are far more excited, which is totally fine if you feel that or don't.
But I
Because I didn't feel that way when Coco came out either. I wasn't like, oh, I really liked it. I thought it was really good. Same thing, Black Panther's really good. I liked it, but I wasn't like.
But see, I find that interesting because obviously I'm not African American, and I felt
What?
I felt just the same with Black Panther as I did with Coco. Like, just that amount of like, yes, just like, this is what we needed, this is what we have, and I'm so glad it's here. Which, that's interesting.
And I've heard some complaints on special effects being a little too green screeny.
I was going to point out that those rhinos looked a little weird.
The rhinos are a little weird,
They look
and then the
cool.
final fight, like in the underground, but that didn't really bother me because I'm like, it's comic book movie. I'm okay with it being over the top. But yeah.
What about the music?
Oh yeah, no, music's great too. Again,
That didn't
like
pump you up either. Like all of it together just form a lovely little.
It's probably like the best Marvel film.
but also I wasn't
best
freaking out about
music,
Thor
sorry.
Ragnarok too, even though that
Marvel
was the
film
last one
soundtrack.
out that people are
Thank
freaking
you.
out too. So
I mean, this compared to Thor, Black Panther wins hard for
Pretty
me.
much.
yeah.
Well, because there's like stakes to Black Panther, because there's no guarantee that he keeps Wakanda. Whereas Thor Ragnarok, for all I enjoyed it, you walk into Thor Ragnarok knowing, so he gets out of this and winds up on top of the Guardian shuttle, because they've showed me that already.
And
Like
it's
like
not-
the stakes just aren't there. That's not what we're there for.
I guess another thing too is it's not like, okay, anybody can connect to any movie. Like, hope
Yeah.
mistaking that. Anybody can. I just think if there's something personal, like for example, if you saw a movie, okay, personal one, I'll get personal on y'all. I rewatched part of Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I did not cry really the first time I saw it. I bawled my eyes out the second time because my dad died, and watching this dad die, I was like, like tears. And I was just like, it's a different time when you watch it too. So people connect to different movies in different ways is what I was saying too.
Got it.
I just don't want anybody to be like, oh my God, did you like it? I'm like, no, I liked it, but
She didn't
you're
love
gonna-
it.
I just didn't. I wanted to. I wanted to love it, but I was like,
But
and I
see-
let it simmer too. I'm like, all right, maybe it just hasn't.
Also, just to one point on Killmonger as a villain, he's one of the best Marvel villains because we can agree with his. Like, I think one of the criticisms people had of Killmonger was you could agree with his motives. Where it's like, no, he's kind of right.
Yeah, he has a great point, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, he's not bad on his
not
thought
wrong.
process. I just,
That's the best villain for me. Where like it's like
you're not crazy. Yeah, like you're not like,
wrong.
oh my
You're
gosh,
not
you're
wrong.
stupid or crazy.
Like Hans
But
Gruber,
no,
I'm
no.
like, I don't like your methods. You ain't wrong. though.
Yeah.
Get that money.
Well, see, what I like is that you went and you saw it and you added
I
money
did.
to the box office.
I did.
Look at
There
that.
you go.
Coming in number 2, Red Sparrow from Fox, 17 million straight up. Also the subject of last week's box office bet. We had Neil, myself, Anthony, and Amy betting. Neil bet 20. Amy and myself bet 13. Anthony, 16 million. Finally,
Did
you
I
get a
win?
win.
Oh snap!
What?
I won.
You are
Oh
the
my
winner.
God.
Did they give it to? Is he back there with it?
I just
That's right.
checked
Yeah,
my,
you just put it on.
There you go.
I just
Coronation.
checked it. Yeah, 16 million. That's right. That's what I bet, and I won. I'm so happy.
Look at
You
you.
feel happy.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
You'll celebrate by going to see the movie, right?
Of course. Yeah. Let's go
This is
watch
also
it, whoever the loser
this
is.
is also the Jennifer Lawrence that said she couldn't make it through 10 minutes of Phantom Thread. Just throw a little bit of that shade at her.
It's not for everyone.
She said it-
Somebody was pointing out if I knew that at the beginning of the movie that it was
A flashback.
yeah. No, I did.
No.
I think it's
I'm
good.
giving you that credit.
I think it's good that the movie makes you think it's not our main character, or makes you think it's our main character. But I'm like, no, it's not.
Well, we know he was born in Wakanda.
Well, the
Yeah, yeah.
narration at the beginning, you don't know where they are.
True. Okay. Yeah.
And it's our standard hero movie thing that you're gonna think it's our main character. So that's an easy bait and switch
Mm-hmm.
on like most movies. So yes, I knew it was them. Like maybe not when it was happening because I'm like, well, it doesn't matter. It's a dad talking to a kid. Like it's, and then later you go, oh. But then that was fine.
Cool. What's number 3?
Coming in number 3, Death Wish from MGM, a little over $13 million. Now, as we were kind of mentioning with Movie Pass, some dealings,
shady business.
Yeah, the way they kind of
Pass.
approach that, where in some markets, Red Sparrow was kind of blacked out as opposed to be able to go in and go see that film in a selection of different cities. Same thing with Death Wish. They were also kind of limited in some exposure for some
Yeah,
cities
as
as well
well.
too. So
And correct, I've seen some of the screenshots. It looks like what they're doing is in certain markets they're deciding that they're going to claim a showing is unavailable.
Yep.
For no other reason than they can.
Yep.
Because they're trying to create data that like we can literally influence what people watch. I don't know how other MoviePass users use MoviePass. If I'm going to see Death Wish and it's at a movie theater and it says it's not supported, I'm just scrolling all the way down and saying movie not available. Or like the very bottom
And
part.
it's working for you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good
'Cause
to know.
the tech,
Yeah.
I'm not going to reveal too much, but that button,
Yeah.
all the tech is, I'm actually not revealing much. All that tech is that it's putting money on a
Yeah.
MasterCard. So that's all you're doing. It's using the GPS on your phone to authorize money on a MasterCard, and then you use the money on the MasterCard.
Right.
So,
or I would just see something else. Or I was more angry about it that they were pushing. So in Los Angeles, Red Sparrow was blocked out. But Death Wish, they were like, hey, go see that. And I'm like, I'm purposefully not going to go see that now because you did that. I was interested before, and I'm like, well, I'm just going to wait.
Also,
so I saw Annihilation instead.
Also, I saw a screenshot, I think it was from Thursday or Friday, that I think Black Sparrow was blacked out, and right above it was all 9 Best Picture nominees, and it's a $65 ticket to that AMC.
Yeah, I saw your post about that. Mm-hmm.
That was supported, and then the one below it was not. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what? the movie pass.
Yusuf said Movie Pass would only let me see Red Sparrow at theaters that did e-ticketing. So
really?
That's, okay, yeah.
But once again, you can just put money on the card and buy a ticket.
Amy Cassandra's face speaks volumes.
I mean, I was bummed because I was like, don't tell me what to do. But I was like, well, it's fine because I need to watch all these Oscar movies anyway. But yeah, I hope they don't do it again anytime soon. I don't remember them doing it in the past.
I know, I think this is kind of one of the first things they're doing.
This is the first
Super
outright
shady.
on the app shadiness I've seen.
Yeah.
It was fairly recently that they sent a straight up email advertisement for a film. I believe a film that came out 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
That, like, the romantic comedy thing that wasn't very good, I didn't want to see. They sent out an email about that like a month ago. Like, Steve, we have a romantic comedy for you. And then I realized they sent that email to literally every MoviePass member.
Yeah.
In an attempt to spike.
It's like you're going to see what you want to see.
I mean, like, I guess if it's a movie that most people haven't heard of, like, I get them being like, here, this is going to be out in theaters just for you. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
There's billboards everywhere, but thank you.
But do you think
don't
people would
block
see it anyways? Because it's like, okay, you only got Friday night off. Red Sparrow's not available. Death Wishes. All right, honey, you want to go see this instead? But then again, if they're different kind of movies, they're different kind of movies.
No, I mean, if
They're
something...
kind of the same movie. Well, demographically, they're the same movie. They're direct competition to each other for the weekend.
No. I mean, if I'm not pumped about the movie, I'm not going to see it. I'm going to be like, you know what? I want to go to a restaurant instead. You know, I don't want MoviePass telling me what to do.
Well,
so I'm not going to do it.
And I think as someone who understands advanced like consumer algorithms, it kind of offends me that it's this basic. Because that's super basic. Like, you have enough data to know what I'm watching and when I'm watching that you can custom tailor a movie directly for, like, a movie suggestion every time I open the app. And you're not doing that. What you're doing is just like, okay, LA is not gonna get to see Red Sparrow, and Des Moines is. Like, we're just gonna pick winners in different markets and see if we affect the box office.
Yeah.
Well, and I wonder about next week, you know?
Yeah,
There's
I'm
just,
like,
like, a
is
rush
it
of
1
people.
week? Is it just opening weekend they're blacking out? Or is it going to be 2 weeks? Because then I'm like, I'll just see it later. I'll go see it on a cheaper day.
And
Or you just get Regal and you get your points and then go see it with your points.
Yep.
Get
that free popcorn, too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not sponsored.
Yeah, not sponsored.
I'm also curious to see how their overall user base responds to this. Like, is it actually working as a standard A/B test, or are people outright rebelling like I'm suggesting?
I would like to try your theory.
I'm curious
you know
which
if it
will work. We will talk.
Yeah, we'll see.
Coming to number 4, Game Night from Warner Brothers, another $10.7 million.
This looks really fun. I haven't seen it yet.
Another revive.
I think it could be hit or miss. It's one of those, like, it could be really funny.
I've heard from a lot of people that's really funny.
That's what I've been hearing.
Yeah.
In the comedy community, I've been hearing it's very
like
good.
unexpectedly funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was more interested, actually, after I saw the trailer. Like, at first, I'm like, what is this movie? Then I'm like, all right, that looks kind of interesting.
I wanted to see it from the beginning, but I haven't.
It's
End of story.
You
It's
have
not that
great-
exciting.
great story,
I mean-
Amy.
you have from now to the end of anytime a movie comes out, you have from now to the end of time to watch that movie. Like, there's zero pressure.
That's deep.
That's true. Except for
deep.
Top Gun, everybody has to see that quickly, right?
Who stands by Top Gun? Okay.
There you go.
It's not in top 5, but I did see Annihilation that came out a while ago. But wait, did you?
Yeah, I've not seen Annihilation. That also looks very
Another
good.
vibe. I've heard
I
good
haven't
things.
seen either.
It's great.
Did you step
You
into
just thought it
the
was kinda
shimmer
meh.
and
I'm
enjoy
gonna-
it?
I liked
The Glimmer?
it. Shimmer. No.
I know. I call it
Shimmer.
Glimmer. I always mix it up with Glimmer. My bad.
I thought it was good. I wasn't blown away. I was looking on Twitter. Like, I always like to see online what people are saying about a movie after I watch it. Because I'm like, what's the general consensus of what people are saying? Most people are definitely very thrilled by it. Visually, yes, stunning. I think it's really cool that it's like this female team going in, and it's weird shit that goes down, and there's some weird like monster creature visual stuff. Some really creepy elements with that, so that was good. There's like one part that really is like creepy with a particular creature thing. I didn't think any of it was so like existential crazy. Like there's some people like, oh my gosh, I'm like, no, I got it. I'm good. I'm not sitting there going confused or like, oh my life, what am I doing? I don't know. There's some people like talk about that.
Well, there's some people. I think every week there's a movie where someone will claim it's The Matrix.
And you're like,
Where it's like, man, I just rethink the whole world
Man,
after
game
I
night.
saw Boss Baby.
and you're like,
Boss Baby opened my eyes, man.
Yeah. Yep. So I think it's pretty darn cool, but I think for the visuals, see it on the big screen, but maybe see the matinee.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Alright.
Because I'm like, oh, would I wait for Netflix? I'm like, no, for like the visual quality of it, I would give it to the big screen. But I'd probably do more matinee or movie pass.
Not
Definitely.
sponsored.
Definitely Movie Pass if you have it. They are not our
Yes.
sponsors.
Yeah.
And running out our top 5, Peter Rabbit from Sony, $10 million.
Has anyone seen this?
I have not. I've heard it's not bad though.
No, I'm glad it's in the top 5.
Yeah.
Good for them.
How's
Family
Paddington?
film.
How's Paddington
Yeah.
doing?
People are
scroll down.
loving Paddington.
I love
too.
Paddington so
100.
much.
Still at 100, I'm sure.
It fell off.
So, folks, we're going to be doing our box office bet, and we've got 3 films in contention for you for next week. It's going to be Gringo, A Wrinkle in Time,
Woo.
and, of course, The Hurricane Heist, which that trailer...
I was gonna say there's something else there. He's like, nope.
I've I haven't heard anything of the
The
hurricane.
Hurricane Heist? Oh, I mean, watch
looks
the
alright.
trailer.
You're excited?
It's gonna. I think it's gonna be just like a trashy, goofy, fun film to watch.
So you're gonna be there.
Oh,
The
wait.
first thing.
That's right.
when it
Hurricane Heist?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would,
Yeah.
just
Oh my
to show
God,
you the demographic
please.
they're looking for. I was at a wrestling event in Las Vegas last Sunday, and in the lobby of the T-Mobile Arena, they were doing. They had a whole kiosk advertising Hurricane Heist. Just to let you know who they're going for. They're going for the Death Wish Red Sparrow audience
That's
for
why-
Hurricane Heist.
The biggest amount of money they spent on that promotion was probably that event right there.
Probably.
So feel free to chime away in the chat which film you'd like us to bet on for the box office bet. But before we do that, though, we're gonna see what we think our top 5 next week will be. So Gringo's gonna be opening up on 2,400 screens, The Hurricane Heist on 2,500, and A Wrinkle in Time in 3,800 screens.
I'm gonna go with Wrinkle in Time #1.
That's a big
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Will it be number 1,
I-
or will Black Panther be able to hold it off?
I think Wrinkle. I think.
I mean,
Well, it's been Black Panther's been out for a little bit of time. That most people have seen it already and seen multiple times, which is fantastic. But I think there's also big hype right now for Wrinkle in Time, which also there's a weird thing going on right now where people are comparing them, and it's like stop
just watch them.
don't do it.
doing it. One's like younger family, and then the other is Marvel superhero. They're
Yeah.
different movies.
People are definitely talking about, that it is for a certain kind of demographic that Wrinkle in Time is. So
But
to
that
look
one,
at
I
it
read
like
the book.
that.
That's just purely casting. So side note on that, I read the book. Her character is not visually really described at all. She's described as wears glasses, and she has like curly, unruly hair. Like that's about the only thing that gives her description. And then her mom's beautiful. They don't go like, my mother has like long black shiny hair, or my mom is blonde. So when I first saw the casting, I was like, oh, but it totally works. The only thing that I thought was a little bit weird is the boy who plays her brother. I'm like, he doesn't look anything like her. But then they gave him a white dad. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That totally makes sense now. Because
You
I was
roll
like,
with it.
her dad's a big part of it too. So I think it's very interesting they went with that casting. And also for the Mrs. Who, Ms. What's It, Who, What, and It. What's It? They all have interesting names. Those are Oprah, Mindy, and
Reese.
thank you. But yeah, they look awesome. So I'm really curious. Though I'm really curious even more because watching the trailer after reading the book, I'm like, there's a lot of this that's not in the book. But I'm really excited to be like, well, what did you add?
I think it's number 1.
I'm going to go with #1.
I think it's number 1, then Black Panther.
Yeah.
More importantly, where do we think The Hurricane Heist is going to fall? Will it make our top 5?
Yes.
All right.
Because I don't think there's any staying power to Death Wish or Red Sparrow, and that's who they're going after. So whoever saw Red Sparrow and Death Wish this weekend are gonna see the Hurricane Heist or Black Panther again. this weekend because there's nothing else for them. They're not going to see Gringo. There might be some gap for date night. Date night might stay in the top 5, just because they'll probably split that audience with Hurricane Heist people.
I'll be curious about Gringo because I've seen the trailer. I don't know. Yeah.
I'll make a hot take. I think date night will do better than Gringo.
You mean game night?
Sorry. Yes.
No
Sorry.
worries.
Game night
That
will
Steve
do better.
Carell, Tina Fey classic is coming back.
It's re-released.
Yes.
It's gonna do better than, re-released to 10 screens. It's going to do better than Gringo in 2,400 screens.
Well, okay, then if Black Panther dropped 41%, let's say it drops, we'll go higher, we'll go 50
So 30.
or so. It's around the 30. So if Wrinkle got 35 to 40, it could be number 1.
Yeah.
I think it'll.
And it's a family film, a live action. So, and then Peter Rabbit did pretty well.
And
so.
I mean, people.
And then
people
this is
love
a book.
Them, for sure.
Peter Rabbit is a book too.
What was Peter Rabbit's opening? I'm clicking that right now.
80
Peter Rabbit's was.
Oh no, that's up to.
Peter
I don't
Rabbit's
think-
opening was 25. I think Wrinkle in Time will do better than that.
Well, yeah. I don't think Peter's gonna stay. I'm not sure about game night, but I think, Red Sparrow and Death Wish might still be 1, 2.
No.
If not, then they'd be easily replaced by Gringo. And
Also, Red Sparrow's
Maybe
not going to stay in
the
3,000
Hurricane.
screens either. Red Sparrow's going to drop to easily 2,200 screens. It's going to drop about 800 screens. Death Wish about the same. They're going to split 10 million next week, where they did 17 and 13 this week.
Do you think this other horror movie's gonna make the list?
No. No, we're good.
Ken Jack goes with Wrinkle in Time, Black Panther, Red Sparrow, Game Night, and then Strangers. 2.
Ooh.
what about? Oh, you said Gringo. No, you didn't. You don't
didn't
have
have
Gringo
Gringo.
did not make the
I-
top 5.
Gringo does not look like something people are going to go see. It looks like something jammed down our throats. It looks like something we're all very well aware is happening. I don't think it's as forward as they think it is.
So it's gonna be Wrinkle in Time, possibly, then Black Panther. The jump from the second spot to the third is gonna be large, and then just like that, it's not saying much if it's in the third spot, or
Also-
fourth spot, or fifth.
I'm trying to think.
You know what? I kind of
4 million.
Also-
Ken
I
Jack,
kind
that's
of
funny.
think I agree with you, Ken Jack. I like the idea that Wrinkle in Time. I definitely think that one's going to do really well.
Yeah.
Black Panther, absolutely hang on to second. Red Sparrow, maybe that will change if those blackouts from Movie Pass change. And then Game Night, raunchy, adult, more comedy. Not necessarily raunchy, quote unquote, but like that. Definitely people like that. And then horror movies do generally pretty well. And Strangers, first one, people really liked it. So
Also,
people go see
don't
that.
vote out the Oscar bumps, because The Shape of Water was currently 12th this week in the box office, and it was only in, I think it looks like 800 screens. Winning 4 Oscars tonight. I think they would bump that
might
at least
bump it.
1,000 screens.
true.
It had an 18%
It'll
jump
be the wild card.
this week, and then also 3 billboards: Call Me by Your Name, The Post, Phantom Thread, Darkest Hour, I, Tonya, Lady Bird. These are all in the theaters currently. That'll knock a lot of the business out on the top 10.
Yeah.
Are you excited about seeing Strangers Pray by Night?
I never saw the
Parade
first
Night?
one. I just know it's pretty popular.
All right.
Ooh.
You never saw the first one, Anthony?
I've been meaning to. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Wow.
But
So I think that could be the fate for it for this weekend at the box office.
yeah,
meaning.
I definitely want to watch the Strangers too, though. Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
it's a horror movie.
Yeah, right. I know you would
course.
be. Zayas Bilou says Black Panther, Wrinkle in Time, Red Sparrow, Game Night, and then Gringo.
I don't see
I
Red Sparrow
agree
staying
that-
in the top 5.
Well,
Yeah.
Gringo. I don't know. I don't want to
And then-
underestimate Gringo.
yeah. And Harry's comparing it to Golden Compass or Narnia. Yeah. Oh no, Wrinkle in Time, Golden Compass, and Narnia. Whew, so different books, and I've read all those books.
But I
too.
think, genre-wise, box office-wise, that's kind of the box you have to put them in. Like family
That's
action
atrocious, no.
adventures.
Yeah, but those are super more on the fantasy side. Wrinkle in Time is not that kind of fantasy.
Yeah, but it's still under the fantasy genre. I think it's comparable. Box office-wise, it's comparable. Genre or content-wise, it's not.
Okay, fair, maybe.
All right. So
Strangers is not gonna. It's gonna make top 10, not top 5.
But I think the Oscars could be the wild card changers.
It'll definitely clear out a lot. There will be at
Yeah.
least 3 Best Picture nominees in the top 10 next week,
Okay.
because you get that Oscar bump.
What are your 5?
I think it's going to stay exactly the same.
Wrinkle
None
in
of these
Time.
movies- not even going to make the top 5. Sorry, guys. Peter Rabbit's holding on strong. No, I could see. I guess Wrinkle in Time. I wish I had much more enthusiasm for it to be number one, but yeah,
It looks like it's gonna be really good.
I've heard mixed things about it.
But it looks like that.
Same.
It looks like that Disney.
Golden Compass, no. Somebody says, are they all like kids entering New World? No.
No, I think Disney doesn't like to fail on these kind of movies though. Whereas Black Panther had a lot going for it. Whereas Wrinkle in Time, I'm trying to think historically when Disney's had a movie this size, like this budget, this advertising budget.
Yeah.
When was the last time it failed? And I believe it was. What was the one where it was the guy from Mars?
John Carter.
John Carter. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong.
John Carter had the worst marketing campaign,
Yeah.
but it's a really good movie.
That's what. But like it flopped box office wise, and I think that was. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you include Marvel and Star Wars, the last time Disney would fail on that level would have been John Carter.
Yeah.
And Wrinkle in Time is marketing wise
but they've
and
also
budget
been-
wise on that level.
They've been doing really good like outreach stuff,
True.
which is like winning all those feels points. Like here, we're doing a special screening, and I mean this sincerely. I'm sorry if I'm like that sounded really like meh. No, I think it's amazing. They're doing these special screenings for students who like otherwise probably couldn't afford to go to the movies, and so that is getting people going, oh yay, and like wanting to support it more. So I think that's fantastic.
They let a
They're
whole
doing it.
movie theater watch it tonight and then interrupted
And they
them. Interrupted them with the Oscars? How dare they?
Well, they had one.
I know.
They had the Compton screening.
Yeah.
They set up like they made a movie theater for them.
Also, someone from our chat named I Came, I Saw, I Left said Oprah.
So he's not here to hear it.
Hey,
So
what's up?
Oprah is the cash cow, and I think
Yeah.
people love Oprah, people love Reese Witherspoon, people love
And
Mindy
Mindy.
Kaling. Yeah, so it's like that's gonna bring some people to the theaters,
And it's
Like you.
like me,
Chris
obviously.
Pine.
Chris Pine,
Chris
yes.
Pine.
Not Hemsworth.
They're
or
playing
Pratt.
a dad, so he's a little different. And that character's not in it a whole time,
Do I
which
get
you
the
can
bet?
tell from the trailer. Yeah,
But it's
why
often
not?
like that cash cow in terms of wanting to see her act.
I mean,
Yeah,
Not
no,
that she's a
an
bad
attraction.
actress.
She's an
It's-
attraction.
it's just cool. Oprah's in the movie. Cool. We should maybe see it. Maybe. Do you want to? Yeah, let's do
Because
it.
Oprah's not in any movies, so if Oprah's
I've
in
never
a movie,
had that conversation in
Never
my
had that
life ever.
conversation. I mean, I haven't either because it's just the movies. Let's
but
go.
her and then Disney and then this book lends so much credibility,
Yeah.
and then this marketing campaign complete with good outreach. Do I get to bet? Because I think I can come up with a decent number.
Well, it depends on
we're
what
not
the
doing a
chat
number
says.
just
Oh,
yet.
sorry, I don't know how the
Wait,
bets
did
work.
you do your top 5?
My top 5 are going to be Wrinkle in Time, Black Panther. Wrinkle in Time, Black Panther. I had it and then I lost it. I think Peter Rabbit gets knocked out. I think Gringo does not make the top 5. I think Hurricane Heist comes in 4th. 3rd, I think actually The Shape of Water will jump up to 4th, and 5th will be Hurricane Heist, although I said it wasn't. Those are my top 5. It was
right.
a weird stream of consciousness.
Amy, did you say yours?
Yeah, a while ago. But I
Making
don't.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, let's get to our box office bet, everybody. Depending on the chat, Ken Jack usually is a good
Come on, guys.
collection of the votes for us. We'll see if he chimes in there. But in the meantime, though, the box office bet, for those of you watching, or Steve, who's joining us for the first time, we're all going to bet on what we think. Whichever film the chat room bets on, or it says that the votes are for, we'll bet on what the opening box office gross will be.
Okay.
Person that's closest gets to have the bragging rights, and loser has to go see that film and tell us all about it.
All right.
Ken Jack says Wrinkle in Time 1.
All right,
you.
Okay.
Wrinkle in Time. So, of course, from Disney, opening up there on 3,800 screens. Seems like everybody's looking at that as their number one film for the week, but just how much of a number one will it be?
Throw out guesses, guys, please. Because I'm a little lost.
You're not
So-
you're not dialed in?
So, Black Panther did 202 million, and that was 4,000 screens. This isn't going to be Black Panther,
No.
but it's not going to be It's not going to be 204 thousandths. I'm not great with the math. It's not going to be 204 thousandths the movie of Black Panther. Less of that movie of Black Panther. I'm going to say.
Oh, no, don't say it out loud yet.
Oh, sorry.
Don't say it out loud yet.
Yep.
Ken Jack says 39. Star Drew says 41. I maybe went a hair high, but I'd rather go that. And I was right for Black Panther, though.
Look at you,
I was
yes.
like, ha! Nissan says 65, and that's overperform. Okay. Courtney says 36. Zaya says 45.
Amy, as always, secure in her
Oh.
bet. Are you good to go?
No, not quite. We're not twinsies, but
No, don't show it yet.
No.
Because we got to go
she's
Anthony go
listening.
first.
All right.
Okay, I was about to say, am I still in this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, absolutely.
He's reigning
All right,
champion.
2 more seconds.
All right.
1
Just dead air for you with the 2
and
seconds.
2.
Got
Uh-huh.
it. Am I ready?
Yeah.
I am ready.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Check in with yourself, Anthony. Let us know.
I'm gonna do 37 million.
There's
All right, very nice. Steve, as our newcomer here.
All right. I may be showing my lack of 78. I'm just gonna say it. 78.
Nice. All right, going big.
Maybe
I always
not, yes.
applaud somebody that goes big. Amy.
50?
47.
I went with 40 myself.
All right. We're all aiming pretty big.
Oh boy.
Okay.
There you
My
go.
my number is live.
Yeah.
It is out there, Steve. There's no taking it back.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yes, this is.
The opposite of Price is Right, where you say $1. It's the
No,
opposite.
they changed it. We had people bug us. They're like, you can't like go down the line. We all have to show at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because then they're
That's-
like, you're changing it.
I would totally
Which
change
is-
it if. No, I wouldn't.
Lies.
I never did, but whatever.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this episode of Box Office Breakdown. As always, folks, thanks for watching us. Thanks for joining in the live chat. You can like us on Facebook. Give us those 5 stars on iTunes. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. While you're there, give it a thumbs up. 2 thumbs up, 3 thumbs up, 4 thumbs up. However many thumbs up you can put in there. Look at that. Get those thumbs going.
Yay.
And of course, if you're watching the show after we stream live, feel free to comment down below. Kari Lane will have this delightful question for you to answer.
Which of the Oscar winners were your favorite this season? In terms of the films. So which film won? Well, I guess you could say
Best Picture
If-
nominee?
no,
Or-
not
oh,
just Best Picture.
all of it.
Any category. So if it's a Best Actor, Best Actress, whatever film they were in. So
But don't talk about editing. We don't care about your best editing. But
no, somebody was bummed that Joelle was bummed that Baby Driver didn't win for editing.
Me-
So
yes,
that counts
me
too.
too.
So any of those.
all right.
Cool.
And if you want to continue the conversation with any of us, even after the show's off the air, Steve, where can they find you?
They can find me right here, right now, but also on Twitter almost exclusively. I'm at Steve Kaufman. That is Kaufmann. Also on the Netflix Picks show with
Yes.
the lovely Amy.
Hi. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. And you can find
Oh,
me
this is it. The big unveiling, everybody. What you've been waiting for.
on all social media at Amy Cassandra MTZ. Anthony, help me come up with this. Please don't judge me. It's an M, it's a T, and it's a Z.
That was good
Thank
branding.
You. Frank's
That was
looking
good branding.
at me
Don't
like
back.
a psycho.
That was good branding. Don't back down. That was good branding.
I'm
That's
not
where we're
backing
finding
down.
you.
It's cool and it's all the same.
I'm already
Just
following
for
you,
you
right?
guys.
It's great.
MTZ.
Hopefully.
It's adorable, Amy.
Thank you. Carrie.
Hey guys, my name is Kari Lane. You can find me online at Kari D Lane. That's KARIDLANE.
That's what we waited for.
But yes,
what we waited for, yeah.
You're just jealous, Frank. It's okay.
Okay. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at EpicoJackie. Folks, thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here next Sunday night for another episode of Box Office Breakdown. Until then, go see some movies.
Eat some popcorn.
See ya.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.